Vipi wanachama? Anytime naambiaga mambo ya chama is not about ati mambo ya nduthi, mambo ya farming pig, that is okay. Leo there's a time we took you all the way to Machakos, mko na mambo ya football kwa stadium. Sasa leo tumetoka kwa football, nyumbani tumewaleta cheki surrounding, hapa ni kwa golf club. Golf course, yani ndaonesha vile inapiga kwa sio ile mambo ya pool table, hii ni game noma. And people in the golf, they understand mambo ya chama, they come together, they do so many things. So I want you to stand in there, nikuambia mambo mob study. You're going to find so many interesting stories from the ladies and the gents who are here. Now golf is for you and the other person. Just know more about how they invest in chamas and what they do with the money they collect together. Stay tuned. This is Steve.
Today, we shine a spotlight on one of Kenya's most enduring and impactful societies, the Rotary Clubs of Kenya. Established over decades, the Rotary Clubs of Kenya have become synonymous with service, leadership, and positive change. The Milimani Rotary Clubs
Rotary is an international organization that brings together business women and men and professionals from their various backgrounds to serve the community. Rotary International has the overall president, and then Rotary is divided and governed into districts. Now Kenya as a country falls within the district 9212. And our district governor is Dr. Chamaa, which compasses Kenya, Eritrea, Southern Sudan, and Ethiopia. Rotary Club of Milimani is one of the many Rotary clubs within Kenya and in Nairobi. I joined Rotary because at this particular point in my life, I was looking for a certain way where I could volunteer in a structured manner. And a friend of mine posted something on social media on a scholarship, or rather a project where they were supporting education. It was a mentorship for actually this current project we are accessing today. And I reached out to that person, and that is how I landed Rotary Club of Milimani. And that person actually happens to be the current president-elect of the Rotary Club of Milimani. And he is actually the one who introduced the immediate past president and myself to this particular scenery. Rotary Club of Milimani's flagship project is supporting education. Now, Rotary has 7 areas of focus through which we serve communities, including and not limited to supporting education, basic education and literacy, water programs, community development, environment, health, amongst others. So the flagship program for Rotary Club of Milimani is supporting education. We have various projects countrywide. We have projects where we support schools in Narok. We have Central Kenya, we have Northern Kenya, and we have Nairobi generally. We have a few, we support education in various categories. One, we have students from the Mukuru slums for vulnerable communities, where we sponsor their education by fundraising and contributory terms. That would imply over and beyond monetary. We also sponsor mentorship. We also sponsor from time to time when we have disasters, like recently when we had the major floods in Kenya. We came together as Rotarians, district-wide, club-wide, and we contributed to support over and beyond the students, also their families. We also have a classification of the children, or rather the youth and the students we support, called interactors in schools, where we partner with various schools to mentor young Rotarians. Over and beyond that as well, we have projects within various schools countrywide where we identify a need within the school, without the school, for instance, maybe infrastructure development, improving the library, amongst others. Rotary Club of Milimani has been here for quite some time.
The Milimani Rotary Club stands out for its remarkable achievements and unwavering dedication. One of the standout events in the calendar is the annual golf tournament. This event is not just a display of sporting excellence, but a powerful fundraiser that channels resources into community projects. Over the years, the Milimani Rotary Club's tournament has attracted golf enthusiasts, business leaders, and philanthropists alike, all rallying behind a common cause to uplift and empower communities. Steve gets his first introduction to golf.
So vipi watu wangu, niliwaambia leo it's all about experiences and learning something new every day. That is all we do with Chamaa Show. Na actually watu ambao wanasikiaga mambo ya tea, unajua tea room, hapa kuna mambo inaitwa tea. Nataka kufunza na kiongozi and to know so many things about this particular sport. Kiongozi?
Yeah.
Tusalimie pale kwa runinga.
Yeah, amjambo wenzangu. Jina langu ni Sami Temere. Mimi ni mkurugenzi wa katika chama chetu cha Rotary Club of Milimani. Ninafanya kazi kama fundraising director. Yaani nachanganga pesa ambazo zinasaidia watoto kusoma. Yeah.
So how did you mlijipataje lazima mchange na watu wataka kujenga manyumba, yeye unatoa pesa yako unachanga because of even a kid that you don't know?
Yeah. So usually what happened is that, as I mentioned earlier during the earlier interview, through golf, we have used golf as a sport for fundraising. This is maybe our 20th golf tournament that we've held. And usually the proceeds of people that play in this competition goes towards our beneficiaries who are kids from the needy homes that we take through primary school, secondary school, technical school for those who can't make it to the university up to even PhD level.
Wow.
Yeah.
So wewe ni golfer?
Mimi ni golfer.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hiyo 18 unajua mimi nimezoea hii mchezo iko na mishimo 5 sitaitwa pool table. Hiyo ball ya white naona inapitia huko.
Hii ni 18 hole inaanza pande ile juu. Unacheza mashimo 9 alafu kimaliza nakuja pande hii ndio tunaita back 9. Unacheza kuanzia shimo la 10, hii ndio shimo la 10, unaenda unazunguka hivyo unakuja malizia hapa namba 18.
Watu sema watu wa golf mnajipenda sana, ni game ya wadosi hampatikanagi, yani is that true? Kama mimi naweza join juu hata siji.
Hata sio hivyo. Unajua hii game wakati unacheza kuna ule anakupepea begi. Hii begi wanaitwa kadi.
Yes.
Hao wanafanya kazi na sisi. Tunawalipa mshahara wa siku moja. Kunibebea hiyo begi kwa masaa 5 kucheza mashimo 18 na mlipa shilingi 1200. So kuna jamii ambayo inafaidika kucheza na sisi golf. Kwa maana wanatupepea begi na wana jamii wanasomesha watoto. Kama kadi wangu anaitwa Mwende.
Yes.
Ana kijana mdogo miaka 3 ako nursery school. Ile pesa kidogo namlipanga hapa akicheza na mimi mara 2-3. Anatumia kwa chakula, anatumia kulipa rent na kusomesha huyo mtoto yake mdogo.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. So kuna vile mnacheza nao unagonga hii inaitwa sijui hizo vitu. Si munionyeshe niingie hapa hata nitume picha nyumbani watu wajue. Yes.
Inaitwa Simba. Hiyo ni rhino, hiyo ni ndovu. Hapa course ni mrefu sana. Kutoka hapa mpaka kufika huko juu ni kama yadi 480. Kutoka hapa ni kama yadi 420.
Yes.
Kutoka hapo mbele vijana hawa wazee kama mimi tunachezea hapa. Hii kwa hii tee. Wamama hawa wasichana wanachezea hapo mbele. Unaona ile mbele ile yellow.
Yes.
Na sisi hapa ndio kuchezea. Leo tulichezea hapa. Sasa hapa ndio kwa dress mpira.
Yes.
So unaweka mpira kwa tee. Alafu
unaweka mpira nataka nigonge ni washtue.
Unaweka hapo mpira alafu una kupiga t-shirt mzuri itakuwa huko mbali. Unaona hawa jamaa ambao wanatembea kuelekea upande wa green. Kama ukiwaambia wakati tunacheza hapa wale ambao wanatupepea begi wanakuanga huko mbele. Akiwa huko mbele akifanya namna hii inamaanisha mpira imepotea. Imeenda either left kwa mzito huko au imeenda out of bounds.
Yes, out of bounds.
Out of bounds una reload.
Yes.
Lakini kama umeenda ukipiga iende kwa maji, hapo ni penalty area. Hiyo maji unaona. Ukiangalia unaweza ona sticks za red.
Yes.
Ukidrop mpira maji kingia kwa hiyo maji ni penalty area. Unaenda unasimama hapo, unaweka mpira chini, unapika na klabu nyingine. Mpaka umalizie kwa green huko juu. Na green ni kama ile nyingine unaona hapo.
Upande ile nyingine.
Hiyo ndio green.
All right.
Yeah.
So wale ambao unasema beneficiaries ambao wako chini ya Rotary Club yenu ya Milimani. So ni kumaanisha mtoto akikuwa kwa mkono wenu they might end up here. Sio kila saa kucheza draft nyumbani.
Yes, kwa sababu kuna wale wamesoma mpaka wamefikia degree. wameanza makazi. Hata leo watakuwa hapa kwa jioni kuongea vile wamebenefit na kuwa na sisi. Na kuna mmoja alisoma mpaka PhD. Yeah. Kuna wengi sana wamefika university. Wale ambao hawawezi kufika university tunawapeleka technical schools. Wanafundisha mechanic au tailoring, ile skilled jobs.
Unajua nasikiaga huko kujoin tena unaweza uza mpaka figo. Ni pesa mnaekelea hapa kuwa member. So kama leo ule mwenye prize money ule mwenye anatoka leo na pesa ni kama ngapi?
Wale ambao wanaruhusiwa kupata pesa za golf ni wale tunaita elite amateur golfers na professionals. So mimi sio elite golfer. Yani elite golfer ni wale ambao wana handicap zao ni za chini sana, kuanzia hapo 1, 2, 3 mpaka karibu 10.
Wao ndio
hao wakicheza wanalipangwa pesa ya prize money. Kwa leo ile prizes wale wachezaji watapata ni kama bags na vitu kama hizo. Ni kama bags na vitu kama hizo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hebu angalia mtu kama producer wangu ule kabisa, hata leo ndio amestuka kuingia, naona hii ni golf. Tuambie wewe uzuri hii kitu. Mimi kama mimi sana nikitaka kujoin, how do I benefit? Nikaa hapo nipige mpira 18 hole 3 hours nitatoka nimesajili.
Golf is a relaxing game. Sio ukiwa ni kuna club tofauti. Kuna golf park hapa juu, golf park ambapo kujoin pesa siko chini kidogo. Kuna railway hapo chini karibu Haile Selassie Junction. Pia kujoin hapo pesa iko chini kidogo.
Mimi niko Muthaiga 4 years.
Muthaiga hiyo sasa Muthaiga hiyo kujoin ni milioni 1. Kujoin Karen 1.2. Kujoin Royal 800,000.
Sasa
hapa hii 800. Lakini wakati sisi tulijoin zamani za kale tulikuwa nalipa shilingi 200.
Kwa hivyo umekaa hapa?
Ni join 2006. So nearly 17-18 years.
So watu wangu siuingie tu chama kidogo, mnaanza kufacilitate. Ukiona jamaa mmoja anaweza ingia watume, mnaweka tu pesa katebo banking nini unakuwa kama jamaa. Who knows about tomorrow? Hapo unaweza kuja unacheza na viongozi, the president, the who is who in this nation. Not kama wacha uone ule lazima ataniambia niingie, tutapangana na huyo kiongozi. Then guys, I was saying kuna etiquettes ukiwa hapa ndani, hata kuna dress code, kuna nini sijui polo, kuna mali ushiki simu. I want him to akuchanue, ujue hizo vitu zinafanyikaga hapa, why and where.
So golf is a gentleman's game. Gentleman's game means you respect each other on the course. There's a way as men we are supposed to dress. There's a way the women are supposed to dress. You are not supposed to talk when someone is playing. You're not supposed to move when somebody is playing. You're not supposed to take your phone when somebody is playing. Only doctors are allowed to use phones on the golf course, but not in a place where it would distract fellow players. Because doctors could be being called to go save a life. So them they are allowed to use the phones on the course, but in not all over the place. Somewhere where you are not interfering with the game that is proceeding.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, that's why I wanted to be a doctor. But mambo ikanigonga light now, just a patient with life. Mimi nigonga bwana. Yeah? Inaitwa golf bwana.
See you after the break. Welcome back. The funds raised through this tournament have supported various initiatives, from educational scholarships and healthcare programs to clean water projects and economic empowerment activities.
What we do with the students, first we work with St. Catherine's School in Mukuru.
In Mukuru?
Mukuru
Konjenga?
Opposite Gertrude's. I don't know which one that one is called.
Okay.
Gertrude's Hospital, but it's in the Mukuru, St. Catherine's.
Okay.
They are the ones who do the criteria for after they finish primary.
Yes.
Then they give us the best students, and then we interview them. Once we interview them, then we send the applications to the schools that we normally work with.
Okay.
We work with the Hospital Hill, we work with Kijabi High School, and we also work with Loreto Kiambu. But we also have some students who don't make it to those schools, and they go to the other schools. So, but the majority, we prefer that they're together, so that when transportation is easier, also networking for them, And also, these are students that are really deprived of everything else in the social sector.
Yes.
So we want them to feel at home. We don't want them to be bullied. You know, when they're more than two, they're not bullied easily because they support one another.
Yes.
So that's our aim as well. And then every year, twice, we have what we call mentorship programs.
Yes.
So we meet still at St. Catherine's at the moment. We meet all of them, and we get mentors from our own community, our own group from Rotary, and also outsiders. It's like a training program. And then apart from that, every holiday, midterm or long holiday, they're married with each Rotary. Each Rotarian has a mentor, has a student or two to talk to during the holiday, to encourage them, you know, on the phone, through their parents, of course, because they themselves do not have phones, the high school students.
So maybe I'm sure there is a parent at home. Umesikia wewe soma na bidii. Soma na bidii. There is somebody waiting for your results to take you to another level, to elevate you.
Yes.
I'm sure kuna wazazi na wanafunzi wanajiuliza, what is the criteria? How do you look for those schools? Kuna maybe some schools that will want your scholarship. So what do you look for? Why did you settle for St. Catherine's? Ama kuna shule ingine ambayo unaweza sema we are pointing at that school, they are performing well.
When I came on board, St. Catherine was already on board with the Rotary Club of Milimani. So it's not my selection. That's where the students come from.
Yes.
And the reason why we have these golf tournaments is so that we can increase the number of students. So we can even go outside St. Catherine to look for students who are deprived of the opportunities to go to high school because of school fees. We pay their school fees. We give them, we buy all the materials that are needed in the school, mattresses. If schools need mattresses, all their uniforms, we give them pocket money for transport, and also they need to buy some things. They need ID cards, those things that they require in school. And also when they're coming back home, they have money. Okay?
Wow.
I'm Jack Haemba, a second year at Maseno University, pursuing international relations with diplomacy and IT. I feel privileged to be part of this foundation, that is Rotary Club Milimani. It is through the God's grace that I become the part of this team. I would like to offer my gratitude to this club, these sponsors that came into my life at the time of need. It is through the God's grace that I'm standing here today, because so far I could be suffering on streets, I could be hustling on streets, but due to the mercy of God shining upon the hands of the Rotarians, that is the Rotary Club Milimani, I've been able to be sponsored. There's been a transition in my life. In high school, I've been offered my school fees, I was offered accommodation, I was offered the traveling fee. Now at the universities, it is the same case. I'm being given the school fees, I'm being given the accommodation fee, I'm being given the traveling fee, and of which my life at school, it shows a beacon of hope. And I would like to promise the Rotary Club that I'll do my best, I'll make sure that I'm coming out with a first-class honor degree, get to the society, have a community engagement in that I'll be giving back to the society by being part of this team, this Rotary Club Milimani team.
Okay. Yeah. And congratulations, you guys are doing amazing. The future belongs to those kids that you're mentoring and everything that you're doing. I wish ningejua nikiwa mdogo, manake mali ningekuwa saizi. Hii dunia ingekuwa inanitambua.
Yeah, mentorship is very important for everybody.
So how do you do mentorship? Mnatoka mtoto aje kutoka chini anafika mahali yako aende akajiendelesha kimaisha. How do you guys do it?
I think you know, in the country, there are so many needs in this country. Young people have a lot of needs, and mentorship is one of the key things for the young, even for the older people. If somebody has a good mentorship, or a mentorship program, or a good mentor, somebody you look up to, of course you are ahead of everybody else. Because then that person that maybe you admire, a person that you think you want to be like, if it's a lawyer, if it's an accountant, it's an engineer, somebody, or even a teacher, a policeman, the person you really admire to be, you can be that person, even better. But if you don't have a plan, you know. So the beginning of mentorship, in Milimani we have a very good program for mentorship for very young. We start when they're very young. So, you know, we take our kids when they're very young.
What do you do now? Umechukua akiwa mdogo?
Akiwa mdogo, we introduce them to one of the Rotarians. Okay. So if it's a lady, we will introduce them to a lady.
Okay.
For the guys, but sometimes we mix them. But of course, sometimes a lady might feel more comfortable with a lady, a guy might fail. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is putting them together, putting one person to be mentored by a person they really admire. But I have an example of a young man called Dixon, who I knew when he was very young. And up to date, because he graduated from the university 2 years ago, he's done so well. He's now a civil engineer, working with Ministry of Works. So, and we are still in touch.
Yes.
He still call me and say, you know,
he calls you daddy.
Yeah, can I?
I'm here now.
Can I buy you lunch? You know, but you can imagine if that wasn't done for somebody like Dixon. Just that difference.
Perfect. I want you to tell a Kenyan mwenye ko pale, ule ambaye anaweza taka kuwa join. Wanadhani kitu ni ngumu sana. I've been learning, this is something that I wish I knew. Ongelesha mtu ambaye anaweza join, alafu wajue the benefit, because the world belongs to them.
I think it's we are all needed to give back to our communities. Our communities, be it in Nairobi, be it where you come from. If you can give back, however little you can give back to your communities, it's a big thing. Like we are 42 in our club, and you can imagine if we were 100, what we could do. If we're able to do a borehole, like now we have a borehole we're doing in Loreto, Kiambu, and we've been able to raise with our friends here and abroad the 3.5 million shillings to do the borehole for those girls. There are 1,500 kids in that school, and they lack water. Just here in Kiambu, you can imagine other places like Turkana, what you can do. If you have a Rotary Club in every town, how much we can do.
Perfect. Kiongozi, I know we're going to be interacting mara mingi. I hope next time tutakuja tuende golf ingine, utakuwa tukienda tunapiga simu unasema acha waingie.
Asante sana. Thank you.
Asante sana. So it is all about mentorship, guys, na ni kushikana tu. These guys can sit down and eat a plate of food for even 4,000. Hiyo pesa inawekwa pamoja isaidie mtoto ambaye hawana kitu mtaani. So you can join them, because this is us, that is you. Wacha sasa kwanza nikacheze golf kidogo nionyeshe. Mimi sio mtu wa pool table tu. Naingia kwa uwanja tena nacheza 18 hole. Stay tuned.
To me, Rotary is a family that I've never had. I've met enormous people that maybe I would never have met if I never joined Rotary. We have connected in a way that I would never have. The networks have given me a lot of business. They have given me long-lasting friendships. They are my go-to people. Any profession that I need, I get one. So, guys, I don't see why you cannot join Rotary, because you have the exposure. Traveling, we travel. We have a district conference every year. This year we were in Watamu. We were in Singapore as well, Singapore, Malaysia. So there's so much fun in Rotary. We normally have korogas as well. Korogas are the bashes in the Kenyan way, once at least per month. So we also have fun as we impact on the communities. For me, I don't need to go out in any other way. When I do Rotary and have the fun in Rotary, I'm all set up. And as well as in my career involves interacting with a lot of people. And Rotarians are the kind of people that are honest and are filled with a lot of integrity. So I like working with them as well, because I know when they give me a deal, it's a good deal.
Ngari is my name, a Rotarian. I've been a Rotarian for 15 years now. It has changed my life. It's a family that is worldwide. You go to Uganda, you go to Tanzania, Germany, they're always there to welcome you. It's a big family. It helps in many ways. If you want a doctor, you don't have to make an appointment. If you want a lawyer, you don't have to make an appointment. Those are just different ways of how Rotary has helped. You know, so welcome, join our family. It's easy to join. You don't have to have a bunch of money. Karibuni, Rotary Club of Milimani. Asante.
As we celebrate the achievements of the Rotary Clubs of Kenya, let us draw inspirations from their legacy of service and commitment. Until next week, reach us on our social media pages and the number below. Chamaa Show, building wealth